Good morning and welcome to Monday morning. It is the 22nd of November today, and we are going to do one more from the chapter entitled Teach Us to Pray, based on Luke 11:1. One day Jesus was praying in a certain place. When he finished, one of his disciples said to him, "Lord, teach us to pray, just as John taught his disciples." On Saturday, we heard what Andrew Murray had to say about this, and Andrew Murray, one of the best. Old-time kind of language, but deep truths. And again, he's written a book, has a book, In the School of Prayer with Jesus. So today we're going to hear from Pope Benedict XVI. Quite a diversity in this book, and I appreciate that. Different perspectives from different schools of thinking, and so that's who we're with today. Pope Benedict the 16th. Our praying can and should arise above all from our heart, from our needs, our hopes, our joys, our sufferings, from our shame over sin, and from our gratitude for the good. It can and should be a holy, personal prayer. Holy as in complete, WHOLLY. It should be a holy, personal prayer. But we also constantly need to make use of those prayers that express in words the encounter with God, experienced both by the church as a whole and by individual members of the church. For without these aids to prayer, our own praying and our image of God become subjective and end up reflecting ourselves more than the living God. In the formulaic prayers that arose first from the faith of Israel and then from the faith of praying members of the church, we get to know God and ourselves as well. They are a school of prayer, quote unquote, that transforms and opens up our life. In his rule, and put that with a capital R, in his rule, St. Benedict coined the formula, and Latin here, so I'm liable to not pronounce it correctly. Mens nostra concordat voci nostrae. Thankfully, we have it translated for us. Our mind must be in accord with our voice. Ponder that when you're going to pray. My mind must be in accord with my voice. In this case, in the plural, our mind must be in accord with our voice. Normally, thought precedes word. It seeks and formulates the word. But praying the Psalms and liturgical prayer in general is exactly the other way around. The word, the voice, goes ahead of us, and our mind must adapt to it. For on our own, we human beings do not know how to pray as we ought, Romans 8:26. We are too far removed from God. He is too mysterious and too great for us. And so God has come to our aid. He himself provides the words of our prayer and teaches us to pray. Through the prayers that come from him, he enables us to set out toward him. By praying together with the brothers and sisters he has given us, we gradually come to know him and draw closer to him. Jesus thereby involves us in his own prayer. He leads us into the interior dialogue of triune love. He draws our human hardships deep into God's heart, as it were. This also means, however, that the words of our Father are signposts to interior prayer. They provide a basic direction for our being, and they aim to configure us to the image of the Son. The meaning of the Our Father goes much further than the mere provision of a prayer text. It aims to form our being, to train us in the inner attitude of Jesus. It is just completely necessary to read deeper thoughts on especially things like the Lord's Prayer that I think most all of us have known since we were little kids. It's easy for it to become just vain repetition. It's easy for it just to become phrases that we know and we say them and we mean them in a spiritual manner, and yet what's coming out here may not be really connected to what's going on in the heart. Great encouragement, great insight here from Pope Benedict the 16th, that our mind must be in accord with our voice. Again, Jesus said that what comes out here is connected here, but we need to make sure that it is, because when it comes to prayer, it can just become shallow words being said just out of here, but no heart, no passion, no real connectedness to the praying. Our praying can and should arise above all from our heart, from our needs, our hopes, our joys, our sufferings, from our shame over sin, and from our gratitude for the good. It can and should be a holy, personal prayer. If you find words, I have, couple of sheets of prayers that I've run into over the years, and I put them on those sheets, and every once in a while, I don't do it every day, but I keep them in a place where every once in a while I see them, I take it out and I pray one of those prayers, and I make sure that the words are resonating with my heart. That's the way prayer has to be. An inner resonating of who we are, personal connectedness to God our Father. Blessings to you today. Pray in this way today.